El Salvador, hidden treasures of Central America. Between volcanoes that breathe silently and lakes that shimmer like forgotten mirrors, there exists a land most travelers never see, a land defined not by luxury, but by soul. Its name is El Salvador. While the world rushes toward the loud and overly photographed, this tiny country remains hidden, guarding its treasures beneath ancient stones, inside craters carved by fire, and in the quiet of its Mayan ruins, where the past whispers through the wind. This is an invitation to remember what travel is truly about, to feel the earth under your feet, taste stories passed down for generations, and stand still long enough for a volcano to tell you its name. Tazumal, ancient Maya legacy. In Chalchuapa lies one of Central America's most impressive Mayan ruins, Tazumal. This 75-foot step pyramid whispers secrets from over 1,000 years ago. Once a buzzing trade hub, this place connected ancient communities through obsidian tools, jade artifacts, and cocoa beans used as currency. Tazumal comes with a potent museum holding real pre-Columbian treasures. From carved incense burners to skeletal remains, these items give us a front-row seat to daily life before Spanish conquest. If you're curious about the blend between ancient mysticism and colonial trauma, this place doesn't just teach, it makes you feel. The name Tazumal means the place where the victims were burned, hinting at rituals beyond our modern imagination. Standing atop the pyramid as the sun sets, you know this site survived empires, conquests, and time itself. Lake Coatepeque, crater paradise for water lovers. Lake Coatepeque looks like a postcard, deep blue waters nestled in the crater of a dormant volcano. But this isn't just a lake, it's a living adventure. Jet skis slice through waves, while scuba divers explore underwater caves formed over 70,000 years ago. Locals and travelers gather at lakeside restaurants, eating fresh tilapia while watching the sky catch fire at sunset. For Serenity seekers, ferries glide across the calm surface, connecting visitors to tucked-away villas and peaceful retreats. Even a simple kayak ride lets you absorb the surrounding forested hills that rise like green amphitheaters. There's something magnetic about Coatepeque. Some say the lake has spiritual energy. Artists come to paint, couples to reconnect, and solo travelers to think clearly for the first time in years. It's the kind of place that quietly transforms you without asking for anything in return. El Tunco, surf, nightlife, and coastal vibes. Only 45 minutes from the capital, El Tunco feels like a different universe. Surfboards line the black sand shore, reggae music drifts through the air, and young travelers type between waves. It's a playground for digital nomads and surfers alike, where the dress code is flip-flops and freedom. The real magic is in its contrasts. Mornings start with sunrise yoga or early surf sessions on globally respected waves. By night, bonfires crackle, beach bars come alive, and strangers become instant friends. It's also one of Central America's safest coastal spots, ideal for first-time solo travelers. Rent a scooter and venture inland to discover caves, waterfalls, and panoramic viewpoints that'll drop your jaw. It's a perfect launchpad for adventure that always lures you back to the shoreline. Suchitoto, colonial charm and cultural workshops. In Suchitoto, cobblestone streets echo with the rhythm of tradition and creativity. Time slows down and conversations last longer. Art lovers feel at home among galleries, museums, and indie cafes hosting poetry nights and cultural talks. Try your hand at indigo, the ancient dye making a comeback through hands-on workshops. Dye a scarf in deep indigo blue using techniques passed down for centuries. Visit restored colonial homes that are now museums, or sip coffee with local artisans sharing stories as rich as their artwork. Everything in Suchitoto feels intentional. Every window frame, every hand-painted sign. It's not curated, it's lived in. Just beyond town, Lake Suchitlan sparkles with wildlife and wetlands, where culture meets nature seamlessly. Lake Suchitlan, wildlife haven and wetland gem. You might not expect a man-made lake to be this alive, but Lake Suchitlan is extraordinary. Born from a dam in 1976, it quickly became a wetland paradise. Kayakers navigate through mangroves, while birdwatchers scan for herons, hawks, and rare storks. The silence is profound, punctuated only by birdsong and gentle oar splashes. Locals have turned this lake into livelihood. Small boats, handcrafted with love, double as water taxis and wildlife tours. You'll be guided by fishermen who know every shoreline curve, pointing out spots where iguanas sunbathe or water lilies bloom brightest. This lake serves more than leisure. It's a critical water source supporting regional agriculture and energy. It represents balance between people and planet, utility and beauty. Ruta de las Flores, nature, food and folklore. Imagine a 20-mile drive through blooming wildflowers, coffee plantations and fairy tale towns. That's the Ruta de las Flores, not just scenic but soul-nourishing. Stop in Joya for its famous food festival, trying everything from grilled rabbit to artisanal chocolate, while being serenaded by live marimba bands. Each village has its own flavor. Ataco is a mural town. Walls explode in color, telling stories of folklore and resistance. Apaneca offers ziplining above coffee fields and relaxing thermal pools. In Nahuizalco, the night market flickers with candlelight and ancient Nahuatl traditions. You don't just visit the Ruta de las Flores, you live it. It's one of the most immersive experiences, offering culture, flavor, and natural beauty at every bend. Lake Ilopango, volcanic beauty and water adventures. Lake Ilopango was forged from fire, literally. This volcanic lake, result of one of history's most massive eruptions, now lies calm and inviting. Families flock here for water parks and lakeside restaurants, while adventurers hop on boats or explore hidden inlets on paddleboards. Born in chaos, now a haven of joy. It's the perfect weekend escape for San Salvador city dwellers. Within 30 minutes, you're swimming in crater waters that shimmer like glass. Lakeside shacks serve fried fish caught hours before, sometimes with local musicians strumming guitars near the docks. Ilopango is a reminder of how nature heals and renews. As you cruise the lake, you see distant volcanoes that shaped this landscape, and one offers the country's most unforgettable hikes. Cerro Verde National Park, volcano trekking and cloud forests. At Cerro Verde National Park, volcano hiking is like walking through a living painting. Towering trees, misty trails, and panoramic views of 3 volcanoes, Santa Ana, Izalco, and Cerro Verde, make it essential for nature lovers. Santa Ana offers the iconic experience, climbing to a turquoise crater lake that feels like another planet. Izalco, nicknamed the Lighthouse of the Pacific, rises in a perfect cone. Cerro Verde is the most peaceful, wrapped in cloud forest so dense it feels like walking through whispers. It's a trekker's dream that leaves you with something intangible, a reset, a reconnection to the planet and yourself. The views are unforgettable, and beneath your feet lies an ancient village buried in volcanic ash, frozen in time. Joya de Ceren, the Pompeii of the Americas. Unlike other archaeological sites, Joya de Ceren isn't grand, it's intimate. You're not staring up at temples, you're stepping inside kitchens, storehouses and gardens from over 1,400 years ago. When a volcano erupted in AD 600, it perfectly preserved this farming village, giving us the clearest view into pre-Hispanic daily life. UNESCO called it the Pompeii of the Americas for good reason. You'll see storage pots with corn still inside, stone tools arranged for morning chores, and sleeping areas that look recently abandoned. It's beautifully haunting and not crowded. You can stand in silence and hear echoes of lives that once thrived here. Joya de Ceren proves even ordinary people have extraordinary stories. San Andres, trade, temples, and ancient urbanism. San Andres was ancient El Salvador's economic powerhouse. Set in a lush valley, it boasts large pyramids, courtyards, and a layout screaming planning and prosperity. This wasn't just religious, it was a market city. a Mayan trade center linking El Salvador to Mexico, Guatemala, and beyond. The architecture leaves you speechless. Temples to rain gods, wide plazas for public gatherings, and administrative buildings hinting at sophisticated governance. It's a city frozen mid-thought, as if ancestors were telling us about balance, commerce, and spiritual order. It makes you wonder how much of their wisdom we've lost, and how much remains hidden in the soil. Monte Cristo National Park, misty forests and wildlife encounters. At over 7,000 feet above sea level, Monte Cristo National Park feels like a different world. Towering pine forests, misty air, and trails disappearing into fairy tale fog. It's the perfect escape for eco-tourists chasing authentic, untouched nature. You'll find zip-lining tours, hiking paths, and cabins tucked deep into woods. Birdwatchers come for glimpses of the elusive quetzal, while lucky visitors might spot an ocelot. Nestled within this enchanted realm is the famous Love Tree, a spot wrapped in legend where couples leave notes, hoping for lasting love. It's not just a park, it's a sanctuary, inviting reflection, wonder, and awe. Your journey awaits. Now that you've seen what El Salvador has been quietly hiding, the question is, what are you waiting for? These places won't stay untouched forever. One day, those crater lakes, cobbled streets, and ancient ruins will be flooded with people who woke up just a little earlier than you. Which path called to you most? The misty forests of Monte Cristo, the silent power of Joya de Ceren, or the electric waves at El Tunco's shore? If your heart's racing from that volcano hike, or your curiosity's dancing through those mural-filled villages, then join us at Wanderlust, where every journey begins with wonder, and no destination is ever just a dot on the map.